Good evening, viewers. This is Gauri Joshi Bhattacharjee for the NIAP, and we have two big updates for India on the global stage. Number one being that the India US trade deal is being finalized, and the Secretary of Trade for the US administration, Mr. Green, he has talked about Greer. He has talked about how this trade deal is very close to culmination. On the same end, the Commerce Minister of India, Piyush Goyal, is set to visit the UK. Now, UK is at a very interesting juncture. While Sir Keir Starmer, the outgoing UK Prime Minister, wears the India UK trade deal, the FTA, which is the free trade agreement, as a badge of honor, he is actually now looking at an out. And 9th July is when the Labour Party will elect a new leader. Subsequently, it's September. So Keir Starmer will be succeeded by somebody in his own party, with Andy Burnham as the leading contender, who has been the mayor of Greater Manchester. He's called the King of the North. I have made a detailed explainer on him, and you can check out the YouTube for the same. But when it comes to Sir Keir Starmer, he was in a heated discussion with the conservative side, especially the leader of opposition, Miss Kemi Badenoch, who was attacking him again and again that he need not resign if everything was going so hunky and dory in the Labour. So, what exactly went wrong in the UK politics? Just a brief. Since the Brexit, since David Cameron, then Theresa May, then of course Boris Johnson, and then of course you've got Liz Truss, and you've got Rishi Sunak, and then the seventh Prime Minister Keir Starmer is also on his way out. So since Brexit, there has been an instability in the UK leadership, with the people more and more dissatisfied with the kind of government servant that has been elected or chosen by Conservatives and later the Labour Party to lead the nation. And this is a chain of events. And of course, the Epstein files has a role to play with the Peter Mandelson, who is the envoy of UK to the US. His choice, some say that the internal vetting procedure had actually ruled him out, they'd failed him. But still, Sir Keir Starmer went ahead with the appointment. He blames it on his civil servants, but of course, he was their boss. So he is now being called an inefficient leader. And people in his own cabinet, including Home Secretary Yvette Cooper and his own Deputy Prime Minister, who stepped down earlier, then replaced by David Lammy, who was former Foreign Secretary and now also leads Justice. He stood by his Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, who's been attacked left, right, and center by the Conservatives for her policies. But still, not everything was going well. And Andy Burnham, who has in the past, worked closely with Keir Starmer, or at least had a cordial relationship, now is stepping up to challenge him. The Health Secretary, the Defense Secretary of Keir Starmer's cabinet have stepped down, which called for more and more, scrutiny into his rule. He was refusing to step down, but of course, Monday brought in the announcement, which was earlier announced by US President Donald Trump himself. So this is the murky waters of the UK elections, and most probably, from all the analysis, I don't think there is going to be a contender to Andy Burnham and his leadership, because of the kind of stronghold that he holds. He is known to be a soft leftist in the Labour fold. But of course, it's going to be interesting if till the 9th of July there's somebody else who rises to the occasion. In other news, there is news for in India. There has been a gruesome murder of a young boy, Ketan Agarwal, his fiance, Sia Grover, Sia Goyal. I'm not if I'm not wrong, and her boyfriend Chetan Kumar were actually involved. Chetan Chaudhary, sorry, they were involved in pushing him off a fort, and they were planning this for months. Now, what is key here is that Chetan was 26, Sia was 20, only of 20, and she knew Chetan for a while, and they wanted to marry. But in the words of Chetan Chaudhary, Sia said that eloping would bring dishonor to their family, so they wanted to pass this off as a accident that while taking photos, Ketan fell to his death. And this was the second murder attempt, by the way. Something fishy was spotted by Ketan's sister when she went to visit Sia, which was then flagged, and like then the whole gambit started, the investigation started, and that's how it was unveiled that the poor boy was killed rather than dying in an accident. In the national capital, a 29-year-old cab driver was shot in the leg. He actually picked a girl, from the streets, a 10-year-old, and he raped her and he killed her, and he just left her in the Faridabad. There is this road lane which has a lot of jungles, and he just dumped her there. And it was kind of gruesome. And of course, he was shot, not killed, in a police encounter when he tried to run away allegedly with the police gun and try to attack the police themselves. Apart from that, there's a lot of heat wave news in the UK. Of course, the effects of global warming have been seen in India, and now it's also present in the transatlantic. But in India, there's a severe, hailstorm warning. In parts of Delhi, there are hailstorms right now, and people are advised to, stay in vigil for the same. Apart from that, the FIFA World Cup is going on, and Croatia has made its position, into the next set of playoffs. So it's going to be an interesting game for the fans. Apart from that, there is some kind of developments in the business world, which we will also be closely tracking. That, of course, the FTA is there, and the RBI is also announcing some revisions, which will be closely monitored. Apart from that, that is all for us for tonight, and we urge you to stay safe and stay informed and keep watching the news for the latest updates. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.